Hi everyone, welcome to Too Much Love. My name is Florencia and this is In the Studio with Falopapas. Augusto, so you define yourself as a serial artist. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I don't define myself as a serial artist. That is a confusion, like always, like everything in my life. Like Falopapas' name is a confusion. Everything is a confusion. So that's a title that my friend Leandro put in a. I don't know if it was in a magazine note or in some place. He puts that name, the serial artist, to Falopapas. It was a note about me, and then I started made my page, my internet page, page that it's falopapas.com, www.falopapas.com, and I let a friend of mine do it everything himself. I say, hey, I have a .com for me. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, do it. So, and this guy put on the .com, on the falopapas.com, Falopapas serial artist, because he take that thing for another place. And I say, okay, it's good. And that is why serial artist is.
That actually, I think it's something that was meant to be, because when you think about your work, and we're here at your studio and it's full of your artwork everywhere, and I was like, whoa, he's really a serial artist, because it's like, it seemed like it was like this impulse, you know, and this need for you to create things all the time.
I love to paint, so I'm painting all day. You know, I paint when I'm alone, I paint when I'm with people, with friends, I paint in the morning, in the night, and I paint all the day, always. So I think it's because of that Leandro put in that note that Falopapas serial artist. Also, I paint on a motorcycle, on a car, on a wall, on a canvas, on wood panels, on different surfaces. So I think it's because of that. And the impulse of painting a lot, maybe because of that too. But the real thing is about a confusion.
Yeah.
But well, now it's there.
And you were talking about the different mediums where you paint, and you paint from a canvas to a huge building. There are very big, large-scale murals that you worked on. And there are also, you know, regular size canvases like the ones that we see here. Tell me a little bit about your creative process from start to finish, from conception to realization.
Okay, it's different. It's different when you have to think about a mural, because the murals are always different. You know, maybe you have a window in the middle, maybe you have a wall that is like really large and really tall, or not too much tall, and you have walls that are like a canvas. Maybe they are like a square. It's like a canvas, so you can work as if you are working on a regular canvas. So the mural is you have to think a little bit before you start a paint, because you need to compose the space in relation with the wall. That is a format that you already have. Then when you have to paint a canvas and the different size of the canvas, always the canvas are like regular surfaces with nothing in the middle, with just like square surfaces. So it's easier. But I always start with an idea. I always start thinking what to do, or I don't know. I try to think first of all on what I'm going to draw on the images, and then I started to think about the colors that I use in there. I prefer to paint in big scales, like murals or canvases that are big, like 8 feet or more than that, because I feel better doing that size of painting. It's easier for me. It's easier because it's easier to move around the surface. It's easier to do it in that scale for me. I don't know, that is really personal, because there's people who loves and it's easy to work in little surfaces, but I don't feel really good when I have to paint in little spaces. I have to take too much detail and use too small brushes. That makes me a little bit crazy. So I prefer when I have space, and I can see the movements of the body in the painting. Mm-hmm. I think that is really nice. The human thing, that when you can see the human in the painting.
Most of your work is very colorful, and I know that that's not just by chance. You actually study art, and you're also a professor at the University of La Plata. Are there any rules that you follow when you are working on your color?
Yeah, of course. I have a lot of knowledge about color, because I used to teach how to use colors at the university, and how to try to express an idea with images, because I used to teach visual language in the university. So I have studied a lot about colors, so I try to use compositions of colors that I like, that they are not. It depends on the project, because sometimes you need something that have a lot of contrast, a lot of shine, a lot of movement, and you need to use really contrast colors. Then when I have to choose my own colors, I try to use them with a lot of saturation of color, like the pure color, but I try to mix them in the warm colors. I prefer warmer colors like reds, oranges, yellows. Those colors are the ones that I prefer to use. But I always move around the whole chromatic circle.
Mm-hmm. And you moved to Miami a couple of years ago, and so you also have a fresh perspective of your first impression of what the Miami art scene is or was when you came. Can you share with me your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have been in Miami a few times before I came here to live in here. It was like a larger story than this, because it wasn't something that I choose. It was something that happened, that I finished living here. So first of all, I came to Miami a few times as a tourist. As a tourist, you can see that there's a lot of things, a lot of murals, art, events, and a lot of... also, if you are coming to Miami in December, everybody knows that there's full of things, galleries, and events everywhere, with relation to the art scene. Then when you start living here, you realize that there's a secondary scene that is really nice, it's really good, and it's really big, that is from local artists. There's a bunch of local artists everywhere. There's really talented artists here in Miami, but you have to be in here to know that and to see them. I think that is the nicer thing that I found in Miami, that I found a second world that maybe the tourists that came here to Basel don't know about. That is the real Miami art scene. Mm-hmm. That there's artists like some guys that I have the pleasure to know in events, like Dave, this guy that is a friend of mine. The other guys that I have to tell you, there's Ivan Roque, Nate, Alvin, these guys that I share a festival. Then I have been going to studio. There's Gonzalo from Major. He's a really, really good artist, and it's Miami locals. All those artists are from here, and they work in here. They have their studios in here, and that is amazing because first when you arrive here, you can't see them, and then when you start being here, you start to see them like in a lot of places and in different places, you know, and that is really good. I think that is beautiful. That is something that I think everybody has to know about Miami, and maybe the people who only came here to Basel didn't know about that.
Actually, that's a really good observation, and well, I've been here for 15 years already, and it's funny how when people come here to visit the first times, they see, okay, Art Basel Miami, all the fairs that happen around it. Yeah, there is a reason why that happens.
Excuse me,
because there are so many good artists.
Yeah, when you arrive here to Miami, you see like all the artists from all around the world. You know, all the highlight artists, like the most famous artists from all around the world. They are with a mural in Wynwood Walls, in Miami, and everywhere. But when you know the real Miamian art scene, you start to see that in the middle of those murals are the real Miami murals that are in the middle of there, and when you start to pay attention to that, you start to find them, and they are everywhere, and the Miami scene is beautiful.
Yeah, and probably that's one of the reasons why Miami, you know, established itself or was established as one of the main art capitals of the U.S., and it's because there is a lot of good local talent. And then all the galleries followed, and then they kind of took over.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of artists like this guy, 305 Golden, and those guys that are painting everywhere. They are traveling everywhere, painting everywhere, because it's like I don't know, it's like a lot of things to do here in Miami with art. So everybody's looking at Miami, and I think it's really nice, the Miami art scene.
So you were just talking about color, and I want to actually see one of the paintings, and if you can like walk us through your creative process showing us the painting, I think it would be super cool.
Okay, no problem, let's go. These paintings are, I get like the ideas from the vintage movie posters that they use, like the mix of images about different things with no relation about the sizes of the things, and a lot of words or letters. So that's why I use letters, different random images that I put all of them together and recreated the idea of a poster or movie poster or something like the vintage posters. Also, I try to use the colors that they use in the drinks, you know, like the Negroni colors, like the red, orange about the oranges, the red about the Negroni, and the black and white for the contrast. So the idea for the whole series is that they have the referenced colors to the real Negroni drink.
So we're just talking about Miami Art Week and Art Basel. So tell us, what are your plans for this year, and if you have any upcoming exhibitions for the next few months?
I have a lot of different things. On the week from the 30th to the 5th, I'm going to be doing a exhibition about 12 paintings in the VIP private room of Negroni Midtown.
That's December?
That's from the 30th of November until the 5th of December. It's all the Miami Art Week. During the all Miami Art Week, it's going to be the exhibition there in Negroni. That is the exhibition that is going to be there. I'm going to be doing a live painting on Italica and on Negroni too. I have to paint a mural in a roof. I'm doing another painting that is for a new cabaret show that is in South Beach. I have to finish it until now in November. I don't know when they are going to open, but I have to finish it because they have to put the frame and everything to put it into place. I have a few murals that I had to do for two locals. One shoes local in the north, and another new project that I'm trying to organize with the people that I work. So that is like most of the things that I'm going to do from here to December. And also I have I'm going to do an exhibit from a few paintings, like 3 paintings on the Sinfonica place or something like this. It's a place that I have to go to New this week. I have to go to take a look at this week, so I am going to have the real information this week. Also, I'm trying to do a project with a friend of mine that is a decorator, is Eduardo Suarez. He's a decorator friend of mine that I work a lot with him. We are trying to do a mirror wall together for a private client that he has. So those are like the projects from here to December.
So a lot of things.
Those are a lot of things, but I think I'm going to be able to organize them all to do the best I can.
Thank you so much, Augusto, for taking the time, and thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe below. We're going to be sharing a lot of really cool videos featuring local artists and musicians here in Miami. This is In the Studio. Too much love. Bye.